good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching from. My name is Andrea Park Levinson, and I am the founder of the law firm that bears my name. I am a lawyer licensed in the United States, currently based in New York City. I am also a lawyer with many years of experience, currently focused on E2 investor visas. Many people think that for this visa, you have to invest a huge amount, millions of dollars, and that it's very difficult to obtain, right? Here I'm talking about the E2 visa, which is a very flexible visa of great utility that allows you to bring your immediate family, and you can remain in this country working in a business you like for an indefinite period. As long as the business is running and you are making a profit, they will renew the visa for an indefinite time. Generally, the visa is valid for 4 to 5 years depending on your country of citizenship. Of course, unfortunately, not all Latin American countries participate. Some countries that could benefit from this E2 visa would be Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Honduras, and of course our neighbor Mexico. Many Mexicans benefit from this visa. The same goes for this new era of President Trump's second term. President Trump loves these visas because he likes business. Here I want to tell you that this visa only requires 3 basic requirements. First, substantial investment. Second, lawfully sourced funds. Third, the business must be active and for profit. These 3 conditions are the basis for you to be able to operate and renew the visa indefinitely as long as your business is running. Pausa. To navigate the E2 process, it is essential to understand its fundamental requirements. Although the process may seem intricate, it boils down to 3 main pillars that every applicant must establish. First, the substantial investment. The law avoids setting an exact figure. It is interpreted in relation to the cost of establishing or buying the business. It must capitalize the company and demonstrate serious commitment. The funds must be genuinely at risk, irrevocably committed to the business, and not just in an unused bank account. Show transfers, contracts, and expenses that prove the investment drives the operation from day one. Second pillar, the source of funds. U.S. authorities require clear and convincing evidence that the money is legal. It can come from savings, the sale of real estate, a loan, or a gift, but always with paperwork to prove it. Third pillar, the enterprise must be real, active, and for profit. It does not apply to passive investments like bonds or pure rental income, nor is it for non-profit organizations or hobby activities. The business must provide goods or services and generate profit, ideally creating jobs for U.S. workers. Demonstrating substantial investment, traceability of funds, and commercial viability shows that the applicant contributes to the economy. Understanding these principles is the first critical step for any Latin American entrepreneur. With the right guidance, this process transforms into clear and manageable objectives. Let's continue. Now, we will debunk some common myths that prevent many from even attempting this path. Pausa. A major barrier is the cloud of misinformation surrounding the E2. 2 myths in particular stand out and discourage potential applicants. Myth 1. Thinking that multi-million-dollar investments are required. Many people confuse the E2 with the EB5. The EB5 can require investments of over $1 million. The E2 operates on another, more accessible principle. There is no statutory minimum. Substantiality is judged according to the business. There are approved cases with investments under $100,000. This prevents owners with modest plans from self-excluding. Substantiality is evaluated on a sliding scale depending on the industry and business plan. Marketing consulting, a cleaning company, a restaurant, or a small manufacturing plant. Consular officers evaluate the context of the industry and business plan. That makes the E2 flexible and attainable for a wide range of entrepreneurs. Myth 2. Thinking that the E2 is extremely difficult with a low approval rate. In reality, the E2 historically has high approval rates when applications are well prepared, often above 90%. Clear criteria, organized documentation, a passport from a treaty country, legal funds, and an active business plan are what they ask for. By dispelling myths, entrepreneurs can approach with confidence and prepare strong applications. Pausa. Substantial investment, real examples and scenarios. Let's look at practical cases to understand how the rule applies in different businesses. Let's imagine a Mexican entrepreneur who opens a specialty coffee shop in a medium-sized city. Costs: lease, espresso machines, inventory, marketing, and initial operating funds. A typical range: around $80,000, $120,000 could be considered substantial for this type of business. The important thing is that the investment covers the startup costs and demonstrates commitment. Example: A Colombian investor who launches a commercial cleaning company. Equipment, a vehicle, insurance, marketing and working capital. A budget of around $70,000 could be sufficient. A more capital-intensive case. An Argentine entrepreneur who buys a small machine shop. Purchase price including equipment and goodwill could be $250,000, clearly substantial and proportional to the business. This shows that the E2 is scalable, accommodating everything from service businesses to industrial acquisitions. The key: the investment must cover a significant portion of the total cost for the business to be operational. The business plan is as important as the amount invested. Include a market analysis, financial projections, and a growth strategy. This shows the consular officer that the capital is being used strategically to build a profitable business. Whether it's $75,000 or $300,000, substantiality is proven by how the investment drives the business plan and viability. Bring your loved ones. The E2 offers important benefits for the immediate family. The principal applicant can bring their spouse and unmarried children under 21 years of age. The spouse can apply for a work permit, EAD. The EAD is unrestricted. They can work for any employer or start their own business. The children can attend public or private schools without needing a separate student visa. They can even go to university with the same advantage of not requiring a separate F1. The family can integrate, work and study, reducing social and financial pressures. This makes it easier to build communities and a stable life in the United States. The E2 is an investment in business and in family. It provides a stable foundation for professional and personal goals. It allows the family to thrive while you build your company. Pausa. How long can I stay? The E2 offers a solid answer. Initial terms according to the reciprocity schedule, typically 4 or 5 years depending on the country. This generous term provides a reasonable amount of time to establish and grow your business. The real strength is its renewability. There is no legal limit on the number of times you can renew the E2 as long as the business meets the requirements. To renew, you typically submit financial statements, tax returns, and payroll records that prove the business is not marginal. Showing employment of workers and evidence of operations is key to justifying the extension of status. This allows for planning years or decades ahead, buying a house, building credit, and becoming an integral part of the community. Although the E2 is not a direct path to permanent residency, it allows for a legal and stable stay for as long as the business prospers. Keep orderly records and demonstrate health and growth to face each renewal period with confidence. This approach promotes responsible and sustainable practices, aligning your goals with the economic interests of the United States. Pausa. Is the E2 visa your path to the American dream? For many Latin American business owners, the E2 makes that dream tangible. It is a path based on practical requirements, capital, energy, vision, and a clear plan. If you are a citizen of a treaty country and have a viable idea and capital, the E2 deserves serious consideration. First step, get informed and dispel fears about difficulty or excessive cost. Evaluate your resources, refine your business concept, and start outlining a solid plan with projections and a growth strategy. Seek professional legal advice to evaluate your case and prepare a strong application. The E2 can be the key to opening the door to a life and business in the United States. Your venture may be closer than you think. If you are outside this country, contact us via WhatsApp for a free evaluation or complete the online application. Like and share so that more Spanish-speaking entrepreneurs learn about this option. Thanks for watching. Your American dream can begin with an informed decision today.